Hello students. So today we start our 9th chapter, Respiration in Organisms. So firstly, we all know that all the living beings that is present on the surface of earth, they require some characteristics, okay? As we learned in the previous classes, that characteristics of living organisms are nutrition, respiration, reproduction, excretion, growth, movement. Okay, so these all are the some characteristics that every living organism can require. Okay, so all living organisms need energy to do work. Okay, so the first question is, from where we get energy? So we get energy from food that we can intake. Okay, so now that energy we can use in different activities. For example, in running, okay, while reading also, while watching TVs, means everywhere in every activity we require energy, okay, and the energy is obtained from the food that we can intake or from the breathing process. Okay. So firstly, we can read about the definition of proper definition of respiration. So what is a respiration? Respiration is a form in which convert energy stored in food into a form which the body can use. Means respiration is the process which convert food into energy. मीन्स जो रेस्पिरेशन है वो क्या कन्वर्ट कर रहा है, जो हम फूड इनटेक कर रहे हैं उसको किस में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है, एनर्जी में. ओके, और वो एनर्जी हम अपनी बॉडी रिक्वायरमेंट्स या फिर बॉडी एक्टिविटीज़ की वजह से डिफरेंट आइडिया से और बॉडी यूजेस से हम उस एनर्जी को यूज़ करते हैं. ओके, सो दैट इज़ द इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट the respiration in organisms and the different activities performed by the living organisms. Okay, so next one is, why do living organisms respire? Okay, means why all living beings can respire. So firstly, the simple answer is we all can respire, or all living organisms can respire to get energy. Okay, means the main phenomena or a main funda is that all living organisms require respiration to get energy. Okay, as we seen in this picture or in a respiration cycle, that living organism that present in this picture is cow. Okay, the animal eat food from our grasslands. Okay, means animal break down that food into a sugar molecules with the help of a oxidation reaction. Okay, so oxidation reaction means, anybody tell me the oxidation reaction? So Rajit, the oxidation reaction is a chemical reaction which involves addition of oxygen or loss of hydrogen. Means the main or important thing is, in oxidation we can add oxygen. Okay, oxidation, oxy means we can add their food with the help of a photosynthesis process. Okay, so plants takes in carbon dioxide and give out the oxygen. Okay, and that oxygen is taken by the living organisms or animals to survive on earth. Okay, so with the help of oxygen, the food they can eat, so that they can eat the food and mix with oxygen and release out energy. Okay, so here the process of breakdown of food in the cells with the release of energy is called respiration or a cellular respiration. Means a definition in which we talk about the cells. Okay, so that is known as a cellular respiration. Means the process of breakdown of food in cells. If we talk about the breakdown of foods, it means a simple respiration, then we talk about the exhalation of carbon dioxide and inhalation of oxygen. Okay, but here we talk about the food molecule, breakdown of food molecules in the cells. Okay, so that is known as a cellular respiration. Now we will talk about the types of respiration. So here there are two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So firstly, when the breakdown of food substances means mainly the presence of food in living organism is in the form of glucose, okay. So when the breakdown of food substances take place in the presence of oxygen with the release of large amount of energy, मीन्स जो फूड हमारी बॉडी में प्रेजेंट है, ठीक है, इन द फॉर एग्जांपल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ग्लूकोज, ओके, तो वो जो ग्लूकोज है वो छोटे छोटे मॉलिक्यूल्स में ब्रेक डाउन होता है, ठीक है, विद द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. अगर फूड ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है, ठीक है, विद द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, और वो हमें लार्ज अमाउंट में एनर्जी प्रोवाइड कर रहा है हमारी बॉडी को, तो उस रेस्पिरेशन को हम क्या कहेंगे, एरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन, ओके. एंड द एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन इज ऑपोजिट टू द एरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन. Anaerobic respiration is the breakdown of food substances with the release of a small amount of energy in the absence of oxygen. Means here a body can release small amount of energy because there is a absence of oxygen, okay. So that is the main difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So firstly, where we can see the reaction. So first one, food. When a food mixed with oxygen, it provide energy, okay, energy, and we can exhale a carbon dioxide plus water, okay. So that is the important reaction for the aerobic respiration. Similarly, for the anaerobic respiration, here you can see that food in the form of a glucose, okay, but in anaerobic respiration there is a absence of oxygen, okay. So in the absence of oxygen, when a food is break down, it provide a small amount of energy, okay, plus alcohol plus carbon dioxide, okay. And this type of respiration is done in the unicellular organisms or very microorganisms, for example yeast and some bacteria also, okay. But anaerobic respiration also take place in humans. So here we can talk about the anaerobic respiration in humans. For example, when we can run very fast, जब हम बहुत फास्ट रनिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, और जब हम रुक जाते हैं तब क्या होता है, बहुत जो हमारी हार्ट बीट होती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट होती है, ठीक है. तो वो हार्ट बीट इतनी फास्ट कैसे हो जाती है जब हम रनिंग करते हैं, ड्यू टू द एब्सेंस और शॉर्टेज ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इनसाइड द लंग्स. क्योंकि जो हमारे लंग्स होते हैं उनमें जो ऑक्सीजन की क्या हो जाती है, शॉर्टेज हो जाती है, जिससे हमारा जो ब्रीथिंग रेट है वो बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट हो जाता है, ओके. So first example is when we doing a fast running, okay, when we doing a heavy exercise or fast running, muscle cramps also develop inside our body, okay. When muscle cells respire anaerobically, there is a partial breakdown of glucose and lactic acid is produced. Means in the absence of oxygen, food is break down into an energy. Means it provides a energy but in very small amount, because we also feel tired, okay. So and with the help of it produces a small amount of energy with lactic acid, okay. So we can get a relief from the muscle cramps when we bath with the warm or a hot water, because it regulates the circulation of body and improves and reduces the muscle cramps inside our body, okay. So this is all about the anaerobic respiration in humans. So now we discuss about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. This is a very important question for the examination point of view. So first one is aerobic respiration. It occurs in the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic it occurs in the absence of oxygen. Second is food is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water, but in anaerobic food is partially broken down into alcohol and carbon dioxide. In anaerobic more energy is produced, anaerobic much less energy is produced. So here you can also give the reactions, okay. Means food plus oxygen, carbon dioxide, water plus energy, in the absence of oxygen, food gives alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Okay. Next one is Raje, process of respiration, means how a respiration take place inside the body. So firstly, there are two main stages in the process of respiration. First one is breathing. So the intake of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide, simply known as the breathing. Second one is, we can also talk about the cellular respiration, means the process in which food molecules are broken down into simpler molecules within the cells. Okay, cellular respiration take place within the cells using oxygen and releasing energy. This is also known as a internal respiration. Breathing is the physical respiration, okay, and the cellular respiration is the internal respiration. So firstly, this is also an important one, breathing. So it is the physical process of exchange of gases. Cellular respiration, it is the chemical process in which food molecules are broken down into carbon dioxide and water. Breathing, it can occur outside the cells, but cellular respiration occurs inside the cell. Breathing, no energy is released, whereas in cellular respiration, energy is released. Okay. Next one is breathing. So here Rajay, the taking in of air. सबसे पहले ब्रीथिंग में हमारे दो प्रोसेस आते हैं, ठीक है, इनहेलेशन एंड एक्सलेशन. इनहेलेशन, इन मीन्स अंदर, ठीक है, मीन्स जब हम एयर को अंदर लेके जाते हैं. टेक इन ऑफ एयर दैट इज रिच इन ऑक्सीजन इनटू द बॉडी, मीन्स जो हम एयर बॉडी के अंदर लेके जाते हैं और वो किस में रिच होती है, वो किस में रिच होती है, ऑक्सीजन में, ठीक है. तो उस प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं, इनहेलेशन. ओके. एक्सेलेशन क्या होती है, एंड गिविंग आउट ऑफ एयर रिच इन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. और जो हम एयर को रिलीज करते हैं वो किस में रिच होती है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में, एंड दैट प्रोसेस इज नोन एज अ एक्सेलेशन. मीन्स ब्रीथिंग रिक्वायर्स टू प्रोसेसेस. फर्स्ट वन इज इनहेलेशन एंड द अदर वन इज एक्सेलेशन. So one inhalation and one exhalation constitutes one breath, means it makes a one breath. So breathing continues throughout the life of an organism. It continues without any break all the time, and it also known as a continuous breath. It ends when a life of a person ends. Okay. Next one is we will talk about the breathing rate. So here, what is the breathing rate? The number of times of a person breathes in a minute is termed as a breathing rate. Means एक मिनट में हम जितने टाइम ब्रीथ करते हैं तो वो क्या होता है, breathing rate. Okay. Here is a one confusion that we will talk about, that there is a 72 breathing rate. So that is not the 72 breathing rate. 72 is the pulse rate. Okay. So here the what is a breathing rate? The number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as a breathing rate. For a normal people or a normal person, the breathing rate is 12 to 18 minutes, 18 times per minute. Okay. But when we do some anaerobic respirations, means when we do very heavy activities, for example fast runnings, okay, and heavy exercise, so the breathing rate also increases. Means breathing rate depends upon the activities that is done by us. Okay. So faster breathing during heavy physical activities produces more energy. As a result of faster breathing, more oxygen becomes available to the body cells and more food is broken down to produce more energy. Okay. So next one is about the human respiration system. Okay. So now we will talk about the human respiratory system. As we all know that the different organs can take place in the human respiration. First one is nostrils, nasal cavity, windpipe, bronchus, alveoli, bronchioli, lungs and diaphragm. Okay. So these are the organs that is present while making the respiratory system. Okay. So firstly, now we discuss about the process, means how we can breathe. So firstly, the air enters our body through the nostrils. Okay, means air enters our body through the nostrils. From the nostrils, the air containing oxygen is taken into the nasal cavity. From here, it goes down the windpipe. Okay, means after passing through the nostrils or nasal cavity, air passes through a windpipe, that is also known as a trachea. From trachea, it goes to two smaller tubes called bronchi. Means a windpipe or a trachea further going, it divided into two small tubes. Okay, and that small tubes are known as a bronchi, and these branches enters individually into the two lungs. Okay, inside the lungs, each bronchus are further divided into a large number of small branches, that is known as a bronchioles, and each bronchioles ended with a number of alveoles. Okay, so the exchange of gases take place inside the alveoles. So the walls of the alveoli have a large number of very thin blood capillaries. Lungs are present in the chest cavity, and that is covered by ribs. Okay, so the ribs forms a cage like structure, that is known as a rib cage. A larger muscular sheet called diaphragm forms the floor of the chest कैविटी मीन्स यहाँ पे आप जो नीचे देख रहे हो, ठीक है, टू लंग्स प्रेजेंट है, उनके नीचे एक फ्लोर है, मीन्स एक शीट लगी हुई है जो कि लंग्स को सपोर्ट करती है, और इट ऑल्सो मेक्स अ फ्लोर फॉर द लंग्स. ओके, and it also plays a very important role while breathing. Breathing involves the movement of the diaphragm and the rib cage. Now, mechanism of breathing in humans. Mechanism means how a breathing take place. Means what is the process we can do that the breathing take place in the human beings. So, firstly, during inhalation, when we respire or when we breathe, the two processes are main, inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so during inhalation, what two things are happen? First one, the ribs moves up and outward. मीन्स जब हम सांस लेते हैं तो जो हमारी रिब्स हैं वो ऊपर हो जाती हैं और जो हमारी जो चेस्ट है वो बाहर आ जाती है. ठीक है, बाहर मीन्स आउटवर्ड. और जो डायफ्राम है वो किस साइड मूव करता है? नीचे को मूव करता है इन द रिलैक्स मोड. ओके, एज अ रिजल्ट स्पेस इन अवर चेस्ट कैविटी इंक्रीज एंड एयर रशेस इनटू द lungs. The lungs get filled with air and inflate. Next one is during the exhalation. Exhalation means when we breathe out. Okay, so the ribs moves down and inward and the diaphragm moves up. This reduces the size of chest cavity. As a result, air pushed out of the lungs. Okay, so this is the mechanism of breathing in humans. Now next one is, can you feel the breathing movement in our body? Yes, of course, we can breathe a movement in our body when we exhale. Okay, during the exhalation, diaphragm moves up. Okay, and the chest cavity is in the rest position. Okay, and the ribs moves down and inward. Next one is Rajiv, breathing in other animals. So firstly we talk about the breathing in human beings. Now we talk about the breathing in animals. Okay, so mostly in insects or inside the bacteria, respiration take place with the help of a diffusion. Okay, in organisms like amoeba, there is a simple process of respiration known as a diffusion. Because there is no special organ present inside the amoeba for the respiration, as like in the but in human beings, main organ present, that is known as a lungs. So lungs are also present in many animals. For example, cow, goats, means mammals uses a lungs for the respiration process. Okay, but in other organisms, for example, mostly in the invertebrate animals, they uses skin okay, and some special organs for the breathing. So here we can talk about the special organs for some organism. First one is breathing in cockroaches. So in cockroach and other insects, oxygen is taken inside the body through the small opening present on the sides of the body. Means earthworm can do exchange of gases with the help of a moist skins, okay, and the small opening present on the sides of our body. So these openings are known as spiracles. The openings are connected internally with the network of air tubes that is known as a trachea. So oxygen rich air enters through the spiracle into the trachea tubes, diffuses into the body and release out the carbon dioxide, okay. Next one is breathing in the earthworms. So in the earthworm breathe through the skin, okay. So exchange of gases can take place with the help of a skin. Breathing in frogs. So in frogs there are the presence of two special breathing organs. First one is skin. It can use a skin for a while when it is present inside the water, okay, but when it is present on the surface of land, it uses lungs for breathe, okay. Next one is Rajay, breathing in fish. So we all know that fish use a special organ that is known as a gills for the exchange of gases, okay. Now next one is respiration in plants. So how plants can respire. So we all know that for a human beings, plants can intake carbon dioxide and release oxygen, okay. So this process is done with the help of leaves, because a small opening is present inside the leaves that is known as a stomata, and the exchange of gases take place inside the stomata, okay. But in plants, every part of a plant can breathe, okay. For example, leaves use a special organ that is known as a stomata for the exchange of gases, okay, but stem uses a lenticles, okay, and the roots can use a journal surface. So stomata are minute pores on the surface of leaves. Exchange of gases and carbon dioxide take place through these pores. In old stems, openings called lenticles are present. Roots take in oxygen from the air spaces between the soil particles, and the oxygen diffuse through the general space surface of the roots. मीन्स जो रूट्स होती हैं, मिट्टी के अंदर जो प्लांट प्रेजेंट होता है, रूट्स होती हैं, ठीक है, तो वो ऑक्सीजन कहाँ से लेती हैं, जो सॉइल में प्रेजेंट होती है, ठीक है, और सॉइल में जो छोटे छोटे पोर्स होते हैं जिनको हम एयर सैक्स कहते हैं, ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से जो ऑक्सीजन है वो क्या है, सॉइल के अंदर एंटर करती है, ओके. सो दैट इज हेयर वी कैन टॉक अबाउट द जनरल सरफेस ऑफ द रूट्स, ओके. So students, I hope that you will understand this chapter very well. So you can also do a self study, and after that you have to solve the back exercise, okay. Back exercise means you can solve part C, for example answer in one words, true false हो गया, matching, MCQs and fill-ups, okay. So I hope you will understand this chapter very well. If you have any doubt, then we will discuss it in the Zoom sessions, okay. Thank you and have a nice day.